Ho, ho, ho. Happy Father's Day, everybody. And particularly happy Father's Day to my dad who watches this show. But to all of you dads out there, big happy Father's Day. Today we have another fireside chat for you talking about this awesome book, The Code Book, all about cryptography. And if you're saying cryptography, think of the word cryptocurrency, okay? Shares the same beginning of the word crypto, like crypto. Yeah, cryptocurrency is all based on cryptography. This book has a bunch of awesome stuff. But before we get into that, just want to say thank you to everyone subscribing. Thank you to everyone nuking the shit out of the like button. And guys, if you want to win one of these shirts, make sure you comment on this video and every other video where you can enter for your chance to win. Now, Father's Day. Make sure you call up your dad, say Happy Father's Day. If you're a father, make sure you enjoy, To my own father, wish I was there chilling, fixing cars, sitting on the porch, making fires, doing whatever. But I love you. And, the other thing, an idea that I had, great Father's Day gift, if you're looking for a last-minute gift, you could just get your dad, like, a little Bitcoin. Teach him about Bitcoin, get him some Bitcoin in case he doesn't have any, because guess what? It'll probably be worth about 100 times what it's worth right now in 3 to 5 years. You can do that simply enough. Just go to bitaddress.org, doing this, and check that out. That right there, this whole thing where you can move the mouse and do that, that was talked about in this book with pretty good privacy. One of the first public encryption softwares back in the 90s, how this guy created this thing to just add some randomness. And look, it's used in Bitcoin because basically everything in there. So, to what you guys may have clicked on, if you didn't click on for the Father's Day thing, this book was like one of those books that's hard to put down. Okay, you like pick up a book and you're reading and you wish you had more time to read because it's just freaking good. Everything you read in here, awesome. It goes through the whole history of cryptography from the beginning, okay? So it even goes back to stuff like where they were talking about deciphering hieroglyphics and different stuff like that. But the first story it talks about is the Mary Queen of Scots, who was using cryptography and got caught, and then she was beheaded. And then it talks about the Vignier cipher, which was le chiffre indéchiffrable, which means the number that couldn't be unnumbered or something like that. Then it gets really interesting, at least for me, like World War I, World War II with Enigma. Okay, in case you haven't heard of Enigma, that was a crazy encryption machine that eventually was broken by some people in Britain, but they kept it hush-hush because they didn't want anyone to know. And that's the thing with cryptography that got me thinking. So this even goes up to... Now, this book was written in 1999. They may have had updates. I bought it used. But written in 1999, still very good, still talks about computers and everything like that. The thing that I was thinking, so like we have, right now, it goes into the most common, the most widely used, or it talks about asymmetric encryption, which is basically what we use in cryptos. So basically having a public key and a private key. I mean, I was reading this book, I was like spellbound, and then page 270, my jaw just dropped, where they introduce asymmetric encryption and public and private keys, and just being like, holy shit, that's how all that stuff works. That's how we're sending our money here. I know maybe I should have known this before, but putting it all together with this book was really, really helpful. And so it makes me thinking, because basically there were some other stories about types of encryption like RSA encryption that is now used, which is a type of asymmetric encryption. And basically it was developed years earlier by like government organizations, but they didn't tell anyone, they didn't publish it because it's all like secretive, military stuff. So that makes me think, the encryption that we have now, is that actually safe and secure, or have governments broke it? But I think it's safe and secure because even with the most complex computers, it would take millennia in order to break the things. However, quantum computing, it touches on quantum computing in here. Now this is 1999, it was published, that's almost 20 years ago. Obviously things have changed. I did look it up, apparently there's like 3 quantum computers in existence. They cost about $10 million a piece. NASA has one, the NSA or somebody else has one. Well anyways, so apparently they exist. And, so the other thing that I was going to say with that is, maybe our encryption is broken. Maybe Telegram isn't as safe as people say, but it probably is. Because right now, in this moment, the cryptographers are beating the cryptanalysts. Okay, the people who write the encryption are ahead of the people who break the encryption, only because computers have gotten so far. But with quantum computing, things could completely shift. So, all in all, oh yeah, one thing I forgot. Somebody mentioned I should try, instead of doing these fireside chats, I should have a beachside chat. So let's give it a whirl. Much more peaceful, right? Okay, so now I can give my overall thoughts on this book, The Code Book by Simon Singh. Number one, highly recommend it. Go read it. Very awesome book. Like I said, it was a book that was hard to put down. Like, I've read it in a few days. Not a thin book, you can see, but it's very, very good, very well written. Like, if you've ever read historical fiction, something that like gives you history but it's very easy to read, it was similar to that, except there's no fiction. It's just a well-written history book. Very awesome. Plus, very relevant for everybody in cryptocurrency, because everything we do in crypto is based off cryptography. Hence, the book. Wow. So, that's it. Awesome book. Highly recommend reading it. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there, especially you two, Dad. Love you. And I will catch you all later. All right? Peace!